Café Anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Last episode, I was getting situated. And now that I'm situated and everything is fine, nothing will go wrong.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Because I have everything I need on my stupid Samsung. It sometimes works, sometimes it's a pile of dong. And now I think I will play a sound effect. It sounds a little like this if I don't forget. Let's see, let me hit this button right here. How about this one?
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Excellent, that worked. So we had an episode called Deter
Mike's
and Situated.
Daily
Today,
Podcast.
I might go with inspiration or inward. Looking inward. 1796 episodes we've done. And you've listened to every single one of them, and I thank you so much. I would like to make applause sounds for you. There. Well, and I also have to get a podcast picture as well. I was listening to a, pastor. A Baptist pastor, very thick Southern accent, which to me is very American. That's just so apple pie. That's just so old America. I grew up with a lot of that. I went to a Baptist school when I was growing up. And to hear that thick accent and, the fire and brimstone and all that, I laugh at that. That's fear. That works with the fear principle, which I have talked to you about, which I don't agree with fear, but it does light the fire underneath the congregation and get them going and get them singing. But I was very interested in what this one pastor was saying, because he was talking about the inward beauty that we all have. And that's nice. That's nice, right? Except the way he said it, he said inward beauty. Like he was saying N-word? Beauty? I don't know. That didn't quite gel with me. I have this insane sunset picture I'm going to post. Or should we do one with Basil? How come... Did we not get Ariel? Where's Ariel? Oh, here she is.
And here's today's podcast picture.
She's a little bit later than usual on the show today. So I'm going to at some point post this amazing sunset picture. But today I'm going to post a picture, since we had Basil looking out at a sunset yesterday on the podcast picture, which you can find at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Today, the podcast picture is Basil the boxer, who will bark for us in, about 30 seconds. He is looking out over this big canyon. I don't know if we call this Five Canyons or Coal Canyon, but it is a canyon, and it's... Now that he's older and his back hips aren't so good, he's got the hip dysplasia, and he can fall down pretty easily. His front legs are good, and he's learned ways to get himself back up. But honestly, these dogs don't know the difference. I do have to get him his rabies shots soon. Yes, Basil, rabies shots. I know, you need them, though, in case something happens. Which he doesn't really come in too much contact with people. Back in the day, when he was at the dog park, rabies shots were very important. But nowadays, he's more just a docile creature. At any rate, see that picture at MikesDailyPodcast.com. I have to tell you, inspiration comes to us through various ways. Some of you are inspired by religion. Some of you are inspired by Adam Levine. And apparently he took his shirt off at the Super Bowl and showed off his myriad of tattoos. Some people are inspired by tattoos. I don't get tattoos, quite frankly. I don't understand why did he have to put that many stupid tattoos on his body. Does he have, body issues? Was he never happy with his body? It needed to be all colored in? Is that what he needed? Well, at any rate, he has a supermodel as his wife. And he had in his video Girls Like You, he had Wonder Woman in there, Ellen, Cardi B, and a couple of, whether it was a Olympic champion, all these people were in his video for that song. And I heard a little snippet of that song being performed. I didn't get to see the halftime. Now I'm a little bit sorry I didn't watch the halftime show. I usually watch it, and even though I'm all, I hate that group, I end up watching it and going, oh, that was pretty good. But I heard during Girls Like You, they had this gospel choir from Atlanta sing with him on it. That yeah part. That's pretty neat. I like that. Michael Cohen decided that instead of going to a regular jail, he's gone now to a Jewish jail. A jail, this is true, that he has a lot of convicts that are Jewish. So he will have that. I guess he could choose. That's how it worked for Michael Cohen. Okay. France, now I don't understand. Okay, it came out a couple days ago that Facebook posted a profit. And all this stuff, every day, something new with the Facebook. Something new, like teenagers were being targeted with the apps. And, if you got something on through Facebook, they were watching you. Just don't trust Facebook. Just don't. We were talking about trust in a recent episode, and about how some people have trust issues. I think you really need to have trust issues with Facebook. And honestly, I just use it to post my podcast on there so that people can see where they can listen to it. But France fined Facebook $57 million. $57 million to Facebook must mean practically nothing. But hey, you know what I can do? I can do this because I've discovered how to do this on my show. And I wanted to do the...
Drop the just Facebook.
And have Mark say...
We have a basic responsibility to protect people's data. And if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to have the opportunity to serve people.
It's got to go. The only thing is Instagram. Instagram won't go. People love Instagram. So I don't know. Facebook won't go. I wrote this thing. It says... Navage nose flusher. Yes, that looks wrong. And that's my little that looks wrong music.
I think I'm getting the black lung, Bob.
Yes, you blow. Your nose with this. As we go outside a Café Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. This Nodge, is it Nodge? Oh, God, my writing is horrible. And it's just, disgusting. Oh, cat sound effect that I wanted to play you last time. There you go. There's so many things I wanted to play and I couldn't find them last show, but now I know where they all are. So, yeah, and you might be asking... But yeah, so that's what I say when I see that nose flusher. I used to know these people in Alabama that had two daughters, and they had their daughters use that stuff all the time.
Really?
Yeah, and it was not, I don't quite understand.
What was that all about?
Oh, he's giving a speech tonight. That should be interesting. He's just going to talk about the wall. He's just going to say, look, we shut down the government, though the Democrats shut down the government, and I'm going to build a wall.
I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. And I'll build them very inexpensive.
Are walls your inspiration? Netflix fell because the subscription... Oh, Netflix... Yeah, okay, so their earnings were down, but their subscriptions went up. Which I don't understand that about Netflix, because I canceled my Netflix a year ago. Oh, but then I met my lovely lady friend, and she's got Netflix, and we watch it together all the time. That's what it is. If you're in a relationship, you need Netflix. That's how it works.
Sweet.
Love is how it's all because of that.
Love.
Yes.
Exciting and new.
Well, I'm glad my sound effect machine thingy is working good. By the way, if you want to do a podcast, this is my little tech tip for you today, because I know maybe my podcast is an inspiration to you and it makes you want to do a podcast. And I know a lot of people want to start a podcast. My advice to you is to drink heavily. Wait. Oh, man, where's that guy?
Oh, boy, is this great!
I guess this nightmare of a show.
This nightmare of a show.
And I can't find the drink heavily dude. But, yeah, it was the... I can't remember. What happened is, if you do a podcast, get the Play It cart wall. Write that down. Play It cart wall. Well, don't write it down if you're driving. You could end up getting wrecked. So, but yeah, my advice to you is to drink heavily, to quote the great John Belushi, which I used to have a drop for. Oh, here he is.
My advice to you, start drinking heavily.
Now, no, but get a podcast, get that cart wall, and then you'll be able to do all that sound effects stuff on your show. Speaking of which, there's a bunch of people out here of Café Anyway that we haven't said hi to, and let's say hi to them right now, shall we? Hi, Mark. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing? I brought my horse Nelly sound effect.
At the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
It's great that you're doing this show now, and you're all situated. Mike, you're an inspiration.
You're an inspiration. You've looked inward.
What did you say?
Inward, not the N-word.
Oh?
Yeah, that's a big thing in Virginia right now. Race, issues, people dressing like other races that they shouldn't be. Look who else is here pouring a delicious root beer for us.
Hello, Mike. I make the delicious root beer. I'm the Brewmaster. Oh, boy. I'll cut you.
Let's end the show. Next show, it's going to be the wonderful Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. Thanks for listening to the show. I hope it was an inspiration to you. Now go out and get the day done. Do something cool. And stay warm. That's my thing to you. My advice to you is live your life and be happy. You don't have to try to be happy. Don't put that unnecessary pressure on you. I don't know. Just go out and live life. Every day is another chance to do something great. Or not. If you wake up every day and don't do anything and just sleep, I've had a bunch of days in a row where I've had to do that. I had a year, I think, in a row where I had to do that. But then I realized that through times like that is when you realize you need the chance that you get for life each day is precious. Okay, let's end it there.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!